to another edition of Blind Grillin'. Today we're going to be showing you how to install the nest handler on the nest of an extra large big green egg. So stay tuned to this how-to video. Just to kind of show you what's in the box when you first get your nest handler, there's 6 pieces along with a bag of some bolts and nuts. And so you've got your left side of your frame, a little brace, or rather 2 braces. This is your left side as you're standing behind the egg, looking at the back of it. This will go between the left side and the right side. And then you've got your handle. So you've got these 3 pieces. You got your 2 for your right side right here, and then you've got your handle. So a real basic, simple setup. It's pretty straightforward installation as well. So make sure you've got all 6 of these pieces and your bag of nuts and bolts, and then we'll get started. So before we get started, I also want to make sure you've got the right tools. Right here, I've got kind of an adjustable wrench. What we've got here is a 7/16 or 11 millimeter, which is what you need for the bolts on the egg and the bolts that came, the nuts that came with the nest handler. And you're going to need a Phillips screwdriver, but the bolts came with an Allen wrench, which you'll use for 2 bolts that you're going to put the actual handle itself on, and so that's really the difference. You've got these 2 bolts slightly longer. There's only 2 like it with the Allen wrench head, and those are going to be used for the handle. All the other bolts are going to be for the rest of the installation. You've got a couple of nuts that look like what's on the egg with the heads on it, kind of enclosed. And then you've got locking nuts with locking washers attached to it. There's only 4 of those, and those are going to be used to attach the main frame of the handler to the bottom frame of the XL egg. So long as you've got your wrench and your screwdriver and that Allen wrench that came with the bolts, you should be ready to go. So we're going to start with this large piece of the frame that's going to attach to the bottom half of the nest of the XL egg itself. And as you feel on here, there's 2 smaller holes and 1 big one. Of course, I'm going to do my best to explain this, so if you're visually impaired, is you feel these 3 holes. The very top hole, which is a lot bigger, sits right over an existing bolt that's on the nest itself. Then we're just gonna, it should line up those 2 smaller holes, which it did. So we're gonna just put those on. And we're not gonna tighten anything up just yet, other than just by hand, just hand tighten, keep things a little loose so we can make any adjustments as we go. And we'll tighten that up, but that's pretty much how quick and easy that is. So let's go ahead and get this second side on. There's that part. Pretty simple. So now we're going to work on taking off, and this is where you're going to need your wrench here, your 7/16 or 11 millimeter. And the bottom band where the hinge attaches, the furthest outside bolt, or nut I guess it is, on that band assembly where that the bottom hinge attaches. We're going to remove that. So we've got that nut off right there. So now we're going to put our brace on. And our brace, if you come down from the very top of this a little bit, there's a hole, and this goes on the inside. So we're going to put our brace on that bolt. Let me find that. There it is. Okay, that was a lot quicker than normal. Usually don't find what I drop that quick. Let's put that on there. Again, not too tight. so close, right? There it is. That goes right there. Now I'm going to do the same on the other side. And folks, we're definitely more than halfway done already. We'll come back through and tighten some things up in a minute, but what we got left now is our plate here for bracing, which goes right inside here. Put that in. Put that on. And then we're gonna finish up putting these on. So folks, we got two more steps. That's going to be the handle and then tightening everything up. Now, admittedly, this gave us a little bit of trouble, this little crossbar across here. First of all, because I grabbed one of the wrong screws. That didn't help much to begin with. But we got that figured out. Able to go in from the back side with these screws to go in. So we got that on. So now it's time for our handle. And for our handle, we've got two washers. The washer is going to go on the outside, and the handle is going to go up here at the top between these two braces, and then put the washer on that screw. Find the handle, got that side on, get this side on. And this is where you need where the Allen wrench they provided you is for these two screws.
Over, other way.
You took it out of the bowl?
Yeah, keep up. There you go.
Oh, you moved it on me. All right.
I'm sorry. Okay.
So, get that handle on here. So anything left now, folks, is to tighten everything up, and our handle will be on. So we're going to do that, and then we'll come back and show how easy it is to move this XL egg. Here we are, folks. We've got our handler installed on our XL egg, and you know about just making things so much easier. You know, when they say if you're going to move your egg around, one thing you want to always do is you always want to pull it. You know, don't push it. Usually when folks knock their eggs over and they crack or they bust, they're pushing their egg. The handle will let you do that a little bit better. I would recommend pulling your egg towards you anywhere you want to move it rather than pushing it. But if you have to push it in any way, get a handler. This thing is, man, it just makes things so much easier for moving this egg around. I'm just thrilled that I've got this on the XL for moving it around. So get it on. It's something you can do yourself pretty easy. I mean, hey, blind guy did it, right? So I know you can. It didn't take very long. This is our first and only time putting one on. But you guys, I'm sure, will be able to handle it without any problem. So get yourself a handler, and you will not regret it. Thanks for watching Blind Grilling, and as always, if you're looking, you ain't cooking.